Hi, in today's video, I'll share with you 8 tips to help you pay down all your loans, all your debt without even depriving yourself. And girl, number 7 is one you haven't heard before, or at least you've not tried it. So make sure you stick around and let's get into today's video. Tip number 1, increase your income. Girl, I get it. I've been there. You come on YouTube and everyone is making 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, whatever that is. And you're like, wait, what is happening to me? I get you, and that's why I want to share with you that you either increase, change your job if you are someone that does a 9 to 5, or you can actually start some side hustles or businesses. And this doesn't have to be something really big. You can even decide, I'm not going to do any side hustle. I'm just going to stick around in my job, but like try to get another level, try to get a promotion, and actually invest my money and make my money work for me. And I'll share more about investing in another video, but the point is, girl, you need to find a way to make more. Either that is you earn the same thing and you actually invest, or you change your job, or you pick up a side hustle during the weekends, just something to increase your income. But if this is too hard, don't worry about it. We have 7 more tips to go, so there's one that will actually work for you. Tip number 2, make sure you cut out things you don't need. Listen, I know that there's a lot of things you have that you don't absolutely need and that you keep buying more. You know those times that you pass through the stores on your way to work, you pass through, this shop and that shop, and you're like, I like that dress. And on your way back from work, you know what I'm saying, you go into that shop and you get it. That is not something you should do now that you really want to focus on paying down your debt. Now you should actually see, what are these things I have in my closet that I don't need? What are some extra subscriptions I have that I don't need? Listen, I am guilty of that subscription thing because I am always subscribing. I'm always subscribing $5 here, $10 here, $20 here. I'm that always subscribing for paid things, and at some point I had to sit and say, listen, what do I need? Do I really need to pay for this service? Am I doing it because this is just like a service everyone pays for? So that is what you need to do. You need to really look around you and see, what can I cut? How can I be frugal in this season of my life where I feel like I need to save as much as possible to be able to pay my debt? So that's one other thing you can do. Just look around you, go to your closet. Girl, go do it today. Go to your closet and check what are those things you don't need that you can cut off from your life, or you can keep them but not buy more. That is the most important thing. And this reminds me of something. There was a time I paid for a clothing subscription thing. If you've been there, let me know in the comments. I just always subscribe. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the internet has done to me, but I'm always subscribing. How can I subscribe for a clothing, thing? And they were supposed to send me some new clothes every month. And I paid that for 8 months without even realizing. I didn't even go to the website to pick some new clothes. They just kept deducting from my credit card. And girl, that was the time of my life where I did not monitor things going on on my credit card. I just kept subscribing for things, but I just stumbled on it one day and I'm like, wait, what? I've been paying all this money for 8 months, and that was how I ended that service. But they already had all my money and I couldn't get it back. But I hope that's not you. Make sure you actually just go check today all your subscriptions and see, what do I need to cut off from my life right now that I don't need, that could help me pay down my debt. So that is tip number 2, and girl, get to it right now. Tip number 3, make sure you avoid lifestyle inflation. And you're like, doing what is that? This is just like when you increase, or you're trying to change your lifestyle because you feel like I'm at another level now. I need to now, eat out. I need to go on this expensive luxury vacation. Girl, I am all for the luxury vacations. I love vacations, and that's like my thing. But you just do all these things because you feel like I'm at the next level. Let me just increase my, lifestyle and expenses and stuff like that. You need to cut down on things like that. Listen, maybe you know how to live frugally and you used to do it when you were a broke student. I was a broke business school student really recently, but that's not what we're talking about in today's video. But then after graduation, maybe you got a good job, or you now hang out with different set of friends. You're like, I need to level up. Yes, you can level up, but this is not that season in your life. In this season in your life, you need to cut down on those things that are like just make you spend a lot. Maybe you eat out too often in a week. Yeah, maybe you eat out like 4 out of 5 times in a week, and that is something you can cut down on. I don't want to say you should cut down on coffee, because I don't know what you have with coffee, and I know there's all that debate about cutting down on coffee, having coffee outside of your home and all of that. But the point is, just look around you and look at things that before you were fine with what you had, but you just kind of try to change your lifestyle because of where you're at now. You need to get back to like the basic things that you need, and like just take away all these things that are sort of like lifestyle inflation type of things that you started buying as a result of like your life changing. Maybe that's you graduated, you moved to another city, now you want to like just be that girl. You need to cut down on those things. You need to check those things, because girl, life is about seasons, and this is the season we're in right now. And let's just like take ownership of this season where we're saving, because at some point we will be there again. We will be at that point where we are, always going to Hawaii every weekend. We will be at that point. But in this season of our lives, you and me, we just need to make sure we focus on the things that matter and that can help us pay down our debt, our debt and our loan, because like, it's not what taking debt for. Having a luxury life is fine, but having debt at the expense of like having a lot of debt isn't great. So make sure you cut down on those things. Next one is have a budget. And I know you've heard everything about budgeting. It doesn't work for you. It's just there. You don't even remember to go back to it. I get you, because sometimes I forget all about my budget. But there are things you can do that can really help you stick to your budget, like automating a lot of things. When you set your budget, maybe you should actually also have it on your phone so you can check on it every week. Maybe you should actually set up automatic like savings and paying down your loans, like recurring payments for your loans and any other debt you have. Maybe you should do all of that. But the point is, have a budget. Listen, girl, I recently paid $100,000 in student loans. I had to pay off, and I completed all of that payment in 2021. And was it easy? Girl, no. I went through it. It wasn't easy, but my budget was a big part of that journey, and I'm happy to share some of the tips that helped me and like that entire journey in another video. But 100K, I know it's a lot of money, and this is something that helped me. I had a budget, and I really worked backwards. Like, if I need to pay 100K in 1 year, if I need to pay 100K in 2 years, how much do I need to pay every month? And how much do I earn? If I'm able to, pay this minimum every month, what do I have left to live? Just things like that. What can I automate now so I don't have to think about it? Listen, what you need to do is remove the thinking, because once you automate things, you can easily change your mind every month. That's like one more step. So you want to make sure you automate things, but have a budget and automate whatever it is you can automate, so that you can easily pay down these debts, because in this year we are leveling up financially, right? So make sure you do that. The next one is, girl, you gotta live small. Yes, I know we want to live big, we want to enjoy life, and you can actually really enjoy life by even when you're living small. And when I say living small, I mean like, girl, get frugal. You need to be frugal in this time. This is the season we're in, right? We're trying to pay down our debt. We're trying to, be debt free. This is a different season, and you need to like own this season and do what you need to do, because like that's where we're at, right? So you want to make sure that you live really small. Don't let your friends make you do things you don't want to do. Don't let them make you eat out every week. And that is good. They are amazing friends, I know. But the point is, you are at a different season. And in this season, you just want to live really small. You want to be frugal. You want to not acquire more things, like just like clothes, things that you may not really need, a lot of expensive makeup. that you may not really need. You gotta look good. Don't stop looking good, but you can cut down on some of those things. You can cut down on the number of times you go to the, your favorite makeup store. You can do some of those things. Live really small. Check your house. Do I really need this much space? Can I rent out a part of my house? Can I rent a smaller place? If you own a home, can you just rent out a part of it? Things like that. Just try to live small. And let me tell you this, in case you are worried about this does not mean depriving yourself. You shouldn't deprive yourself of things that are absolutely necessary, of things that just bring you joy. But you just, need to also check that, because you may just be living so big because you've associated all of that with your joy and your mental health. But you need to check that and get the help you need. But what I'm saying is, this doesn't have to last forever. It's just a short time when you have to live small, be frugal, see what you can cut. And if you guys want to know some of the things that I've cut in my life that I had to, because I was paying $100,000 in student loans, I can share some of those things with you, because I just want you guys to know it is possible. And I didn't deprive myself. I went on vacations. I had a baby. I, ate out sometimes. I lived life, because you have to live life. But I did not deprive myself completely. I didn't really feel like I was depriving myself, if you get the point. But just make sure you live really small. And even when now that I feel like I'm in a better place, I still I'm used to living small and not being super extravagant, and that really helps. So girl, get at it. We are in this together. I am with you. I'll be praying for you and making sure that you get the resources that you need to really make this happen. And you are not alone. A lot of people have loans. I had this time last year, I think I was still at maybe 85K balance in my student loans. So you are not alone. We are in this together. We are doing this together, and it will happen. You will pay down all your debt. Even if it's 200K in debt, girl, you will pay it. And we are in this, and we will make it happen. Okay? All right. Tip number 6, make sure you explore refinancing. And I get it, this is not for everyone. This really depends on the kind of debt that you have. What loans did you get? Is it student loans? Is it a mortgage? Is it your car loans? It all depends on the terms, the conditions, where you got your loans and all of that. But if this is an option you have, make sure you explore refinancing. And I get it, maybe this is not the right time to refinance because rates are high, but make sure you're on the lookout for whenever soon. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that rates actually reduce again. And when rates drop, make sure you refinance, make sure you consider it, make sure you explore it. It may not be the best for you depending on your situation and circumstance, but just have this as an option for when the economy changes and we have lower rates. Make sure you explore refinancing your loans. Now, tip number 7, girl, this one is so important, and that is company reimbursement or repayment. Listen, this is one that I was totally sleeping on. I've been working for some years and I was totally sleeping on this one. You need to check your company, because they don't even always talk about it. On my job, you need to check your company and see what are the benefits other than your paycheck to paycheck and paycheck and paycheck. You need to ask them, the HR in your company, if there are any benefits for employees that are currently paying loans. Many companies offer these for student loans. So like me, if you have student loans, you got to go to your HR portal, you have to go to your company portal, something, and ask questions. Check what is possible, what are the options I have. Many companies I discover now offer a lot of loan repayment. Also, that depends on the kind of job that you have, but if you have that kind of job, don't sleep on it. Make sure you get it. Many of them are if you have student loans, we will reimburse up to $10,000 every year. So if you work in such a company, just go check. You have nothing to lose. Go check. Companies are giving the coins right now for you to pay back your student loans. Of course, there are terms and conditions you have to meet. Maybe you have to have been in the company for some months, blah, 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 but you need to check it out. And I feel like this is an option that is so important because, girl, why will you leave all that money on the table? That's my question. Like, why will you leave that money on the table? It's money on the table already. You just gotta take it. Like, just go do what you need to do. Ask the questions, ask what's possible, ask your manager, ask the HR person, and they'll point you to resources. Just make sure you take advantage of it and you use it to pay down your debt. It's super, super, super sweet to have this free money to pay down your debt. Tip number 8 is loan forgiveness, loan repayment, whatever you want to call it, by schools and government. Now, a lot of you know about governments like having like loan repayment, loan forgiveness programs, but many of you don't know that many of you don't know schools actually help pay loans as well, or like they forgive your loans. Now, this is how it works. I went to grad school. I graduated undergrad many years ago, almost 10 years now, and I went to grad school a couple of years ago, and I didn't realize that my school actually offers loan forgiveness, but there are so many terms and conditions. So if you are in grad school right now, that is an option you should explore, because some of these really big schools offer loan forgiveness programs where if you're taking loans right now for school, for grad school, they can help pay back or like forgive your loans by, paying whoever you've taken the loans from, whether that's a private loan. There are just so many terms and conditions. You have to like graduate first sometimes and like work in a specific industry and below a specific income threshold. There are so many terms and conditions, but I just want to put it out there that that is an option for you. Go check your school if you're currently in school, if there are some loan forgiveness programs depending on what your situation is. Listen, I've been where you are and I know it is not easy, and that's why I want to be here for you. I want to support you. I want to like have conversations with you, whether that's in the comment section or wherever, but I just want to make sure you know that you are not alone. Like, I was there, and very recently, where I just wake up every morning and I'm like, oh, these loans are still here. That's how I felt every morning, like I still have these loans, and the pressure that puts on you, just how it changes everything. I'm just letting you know, girl, you are not alone. We are in this together. If you need any resources, if you want me to like share about how I paid off my loans over $100,000, just put a comment in the comment section. I'm happy to share a lot about that journey, what I earned, how I budgeted, how that helped, everything around that. But just know you are not alone, and make sure you take some of these steps I've shared in this video. I've shared 8 tips, girl. You can start with 1 and like start taking the steps you need to actually pay down your debt. I am here for you, and I'm hoping that you pay down your debt soon. I'm rooting for you, and I know it would happen. And until I see you in my next video, make sure you take care of yourself and start paying those debts, right? We can do it. Yes. All right, I'll see you in my next video.